Multiple shots were fired outside the school at 11:31. Patrol car accelerates into the parking lot, drives by the shooter. That's exactly what I was talking about. It was the ISD officer at that time. He passes, then leaves the camera view. There's multiple shots fired at the school at 11:32, at 11:32:27, 11:32:36. At 11:33 is when the suspect entered the school at the door that I'm pointing to now.
Now, you're just listening to an updated timeline which came from Texas officials yesterday as to what exactly happened at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas on Tuesday. Now, admitting mistakes were made during the emergency situation. Correspondent Jason Jones is standing by live in Texas with more on the criticism law enforcement is now facing. Jason?
Guys, good morning to you. Let me kind of put in perspective who was giving that briefing yesterday. That was the director of the Texas Department of Public Safety. In Texas, you've got over 2,600 law enforcement agencies across the state, many of them very small, as big as this state is. So when you have a complex investigation like what's unfolded at this horrific event in Uvalde, the state brings in their Texas Rangers, Criminal Investigations Division, Highway Patrol, and Intel and Counterterrorism Division to conduct the scope of this investigation. But what we learned yesterday was very important on the timeline. You've heard me talk about specifically. At 11:33 a.m., we know that the gunman entered that school through a door that was left cracked open for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, fired over 100 rounds into the classrooms and from outside or from inside the classrooms as well. 2 minutes later, at 11:35, that's when the first 3 law enforcement officers arrived inside the building and engaged the subject. Almost simultaneously, 4 others arrived. So we know 7 officers in the building 2 minutes after the gunman struck and was able to make it inside there. Now, over 1,000 rounds recovered at multiple crime scenes, which is just an incredible number. And one last thing I want to bring up here, too, that I think is very important. We're talking about the response, right? And whether it's training or whether it's the digital leakage to try to forecast this. I will tell you, training in Texas has been extensive. The standard across the country comes from San Marcos, Texas, through the Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training, where law enforcement has been going through that for many, many years. I think the big win here as we look forward is going to be in the digital leakage that happens from many of these suspects prior to this, because it's not about response. You want to prevent these catastrophes from happening before they happen. You're going to find that in the digital leakage that comes from their posts. Back to you.
Jason Jones, thanks for that report there. 2 minutes, 1,000 rounds recovered. Carl, Katrina.
All right, thanks, Amanda. All right, so the world continues to mourn, obviously, the loss of this week's tragedy in Uvalde, Texas. But for more on this, let's welcome a member of the House Armed Services Committee, retired Air Force captain, and Texas Congressman Pat Fallon. Sir, welcome to the program.
Hey, Carl, how are you doing?
Very good, very good. So, sir, I appreciate you joining. I know you had some family circumstances this week. My heart goes out to you guys for that. So we do appreciate you taking the time for us. But also, I want to take a look at how things timed out in your home state, which is just another thing that's landed on your thing. The shooter wrecked his vehicle 11:28, got to the school on foot by 11:40. Police arrived quickly, just 4 minutes later, yet took nearly an hour to enter and kill the shooter. Sir, during the January 6th thing, you guys had no idea what you were up against, what was going on. You were someone who actually was willing. You stuck around. You barricaded the door. You were willing to stay and fight. Talk about the notion of having to actually put your money where your mouth is and do something.
Well, Carl, yeah, I'm shocked, like so many other people, that we're talking about approximately 82 minutes from the time the police entered the building and then the shooter was taken out. And that's just you know this. I mean, that's a remarkable, we need to change the doctrine, because that's a remarkable delay. And it's a tragic one. Obviously, we want to prevent these things from happening, but we also we need to harden the schools. And people are talking about this. When I was in the state legislature, we authorized the training of school marshals. Mm-hmm. And that's very important. But unfortunately, only 6% of the ISDs in Texas have participated. So I think they need to update that law to make it mandatory that if a teacher wants to go through the training, it's about 80 hours of training, they can do that, and they'll be paid a little extra. Because having good law-abiding citizens with firearms makes it all safer.
Well, we've been talking about this all morning, Congressman, which is the notion that for the last almost decade, police movement has been scrutinized to the umpteenth level. They can't go outside and get into their car with someone shoving a camera in their face, with some superior saying your badge was crooked, you did this wrong, or God forbid you need to pull your duty weapon in a horrific act of crime and prevent it. You are likely going to be disciplined in some level. How much of this hesitancy can be attributed to the fact that our law enforcement officers have not been largely supported by upper brass in a lot of instances?
Well, yeah, that's a great point. We need to be defending the police and not defunding them. It's a very tough job, and they go into harm's way. I always used to say when I was on a city council that the police and the fire are like our community's military, and we need to treat them like that. We need to venerate them. They have a very tough job. They do an excellent job, and we need to look at, with Director McGraw pointing some things out too. We need to change the doctrine on police or on school shootings as well, and we need to be advancing in immediately because, as you know, minutes are critical in these instances. But yeah, we need to be defending the police and not defunding them.
Yeah. Real quick, Congressman, as a veteran yourself, this is a very somber holiday coming up on Monday. It's, to honor and celebrate all the people that gave all their tomorrows so we could have ours. What's your message to Americans on this day?
Really, never forget, we need to remain ever vigilant and always remember and be thankful for your freedoms and liberties. And it's something that President Reagan used to say, we're one generation away from losing them if we don't remain vigilant. And let's thank the men and women in uniform at the local level and nationally in our military for what they do and the sacrifices they are willing to take for us.
Yeah. Congressman, God bless our fallen. God bless you, and God bless Texas.
Thanks, Carl. God bless. Take care.
All right. Folks, we've got plenty more to unpack this morning, so let's welcome in our panel for this. Joining me now.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.